name is James Juguna. I am from Nyandarua County in Kenya. About 6 to 8 months ago, I had a flu. I felt a general body weakness, fatigued, and a cough, and I didn't know what was happening to my body. We visit a nearby health facility where the doctor suggested we do some blood tests, and the result came out. To our shock, and we were both shattered. My wife and me, we sought treatment at various hospitals in Kenya, and to our shock and devastation, there was no available treatment in Kenya for my health condition. When we realized there was no treatment option for my condition in Kenya, my family were devastated. My wife and children were also shocked. That's when we sought treatment in India. When I came to India, I came to learn about Splash Hospital through my friend Sarah, where I met Dr. Mahesh. Dr. Mahesh was very helpful to me. He explained about my health condition.
He basically presented with a very low hemoglobin, white cell and platelet count, for which he was very symptomatic. And then what we did was we did a battery of investigations, to find out what exactly he was suffering from. We did a bone marrow aspiration biopsy. We ran through some of the investigations which were done earlier. We reviewed his investigations which were done earlier. We made a diagnosis of a bone marrow condition which was called as aplastic anemia. There are various severities, and in which he was falling into a grade called as severe aplastic anemia. Since the bone marrow is failing, we have to replace the whole bone marrow with another hematopoietic stem cell obtained from another donor, which we call it as bone marrow transplant or hematopoietic stem cell transplant.
They suggested I do HLA testing for my siblings to look whether I have a donor in my family, but unfortunately it turned to be there was no full match for that could warrant a bone marrow transplant, and he assured me not to worry.
Now, without a match, are there any other options? Yes, of course. Indeed, we have few more options which we can opt for, and in this particular patient we chose for a very important treatment which is called as ATG injection. ATG stands for anti-thymocyte globulin. So now this particular treatment is very well established in our center. We do it quite frequently for all the patients who come with aplastic anemia who do not have a match in the family, wherein we cannot do a bone marrow stem cell transplant. And in this particular patient, he was admitted in the hospital for 7 days. During this treatment, he received an injection called as ATG along with other supportive treatment called blood transfusions, platelet transfusions, and certain other medicines called cyclosporin and L-trombopag. We discharged him after 7 days of hospital stay. And after 7 days of hospital stay, what we did was we closely monitored him almost like twice a week. We used to run the blood investigations. We used to see what has happened to his hemoglobin, what has happened to his WBC count, what has happened to his platelet count, whether he is being in a stable condition. And whenever his hemoglobin and platelets went low, we used to support him with blood transfusions and platelet transfusions. And over a span of few days, as the treatment started working, patient's hemoglobin, white cell, platelets, everything stabilized, and patient became symptom free. Patient who used to get frequent blood transfusions in the past, now his hemoglobin is holding on. He is able to do all the routine activities. He is no more at risk of serious bleeding because platelets which were at the beginning to start with was around 10-20,000, now is more than 1 lakh. And also he is at less risk of infection because even his white cell count has started stabilizing.
I received top-notch treatment services at the hospital. Everything from my admission was very good. And also I want to thank the team from the doctor who were passionate. They were also professional in my treatment. They were kind, courteous, and above all, they were dedicated. Upon receiving the treatment, which turned out to be very successful, and my family is happy, and myself, I'm also confident and happy to be back in my full health, and the body is now stronger and more energetic. Thank you, Dr. Mahesh and Splash Hospital Yeshwanthpur.